Hey, what's going on everybody, and welcome to a Smart Investor channel. So we need to talk about Tattooed Chef, ticker symbol TTCF. As a business, guys, they are doing amazing and their last earnings beat their own expectations, which I will cover in this video. As a stock price though, they have been recovering from their April crash at low 16s, which you better believe it, guys, I did pick up shares. But you're probably asking yourself, well, what about now that they're back in the 20s, right? Will they hold the line? Well, stick around because I think you'll be interested to hear what I got to share with you today. So for those new to the channel, I'm a corporate professional stock investor, real estate investor, and a passionate gamer. So all I ask in return, guys, is to please smash that like button, subscribe, and hit that bell notification to not miss any of my videos. Guys, this truly helps the channel, so thank you so much for taking the time to hit all those buttons right here below in the video. Before moving on, if you trade in any different currencies like USD or to Canadians like I do, and you'd love to save tons of money when exchanging those dollars, then use my personal link below to start saving money right now and getting some cool perks in return. So now let's get back to business. All right, guys, so let's start with a bit of financials, very important. So their first quarter of 2021, they had a record revenue of $52.7 million. That's 59% increase compared to last year, which was $33 million. So that is really amazing, guys. And what's really key for me, gross profit. Look at this, 26% gross margin. Really great to see as well. Now they had a loss compared to actually a net income as of last year. So that's actually a bit of disappointment there for sure. But in terms of top line, they had an amazing increase. And actually what I always look in terms of SPACs, okay? And this, take note of this, guys. The next SPACs that you're investing, the ones that you're currently on, you need to make sure that what they're delivering right now is as promised or exceeding what they had put in the investor presentations. And you already know that I covered plenty of SPACs and we covered all those presentations. We went number section by section. And I have to say that Tattooed Chef, that is a check mark for me. They did actually surpass their own expectations. So I'm really glad for that because as you know, Romeo Power, for example, and many other SPACs did not achieve what they had projected. Actually, they were really drastically below that, and that's why I retrieved my money from all those corporations that didn't meet expectations. Now, the other amazing thing here, guys, is that they're actually looking to surpass their own expectations for the full year guidance in 2021. So they're looking in a range of revenue of between $235 million to $242 million. So that would be an increase of about 58 to 63% compared to full last year, 2020. So that would definitely be amazing, guys, because this would exceed definitely their own expectations, as we can see on their own presentation. So let's take a look at that. All right, guys, so take a look at this. 2021, their initial guidance for 2021 full year was $222 million with a gross margin of between 20 and 25%. Now, as you know, I just told you the gross margin was 26% for first quarter, and they expect to be consistent throughout the year. Revenues, they expect this to be about $15 to $20 million above this guidance. And look at this, by 2026, they expect $1 billion. I do anticipate that these revenues actually will get ramped up. I think they're doing amazing. They're going throughout a lot of wholesales and retailers and big corporations that they're distributing their products, and people are loving it. So I do see a bright future for this company. I really love their products as well. And I think that they're not only a COVID play they were, but they will be a play post-COVID as well. I mean, listen, for me, it's as simple as are people going to continue to buy frozen foods? Yes. Are they more self-aware and sensitive to what they're putting into their body in terms of proteins and quality foods? Yes, absolutely. And I think Tattooed Chef makes a perfect marriage and harmonizes between those two things. I think their marketing approach needs to improve. So listen, bright future as far as I'm concerned. Now let's look at a little bit more at two other aspects that I feel very interesting today. Okay, guys, so this is probably a really crucial information for you to have in hands. So as you know, there's been a lot of hype in the meme stocks and momentum stocks, as they call them. And Tattooed Chef is also part of that. That's why they've been hyped up since actually April, as they've been drastically going up. And actually today they randomly went up to $24, almost $25, and then sold off completely. So that was a complete pump and dump. Now we should always take a look at their short interest as well as their float shorted. And in this case, guys, they're not at the top of the list, as you can see pop here, and as well as Workhorse and Clove and Fuve, or actually at the top 5 places with 55% of the float or shorted, all the way down to 36%. But look, in the case of Tattooed Chef, they are not so far behind here at 27.35% or of the float is shorted. So this is actually quite interesting, guys, and I wouldn't be surprised if Tattooed Chef would become again part of a short squeeze. I don't think it would be to the magnitude of what we've seen with AMC and other stocks, but definitely I do believe this would be a great candidate. All right, guys, so now let's look quickly at the analyst ratings. So we have 2 ratings here from Robert and George Kelly. So the current ratings go from $19 with a hold position all the way to buy position to $26 range. Okay, these were done actually in November for the $26, and most recently in May 2021, $19. Okay, so I tend to definitely agree in more towards George Kelly here, the $26. Actually, my personal price prediction here is $27. So I'm actually quite in line with George Kelly here. So I tend to disagree with this one, but listen, at the end of the day, we have no crystal ball here in front of us. Now, I like to put the chances on my side, so that's why when they dipped in the $16 era, which I will show shortly, that's why I bought a lot of shares, okay? The lower you buy, obviously, the less risk you have, right? And there's more reward on the upside. All right, guys, so Tattooed Chef currently sitting at $21.74 on the last closing day, and post-market, they're at $21.35, so that's down almost 2%, okay? So now let's take a look at currently the charts and also where are my buying points. And I did purchase, by the way, so this was very good. And where are my selling triggers in the short and in the long term? So to start off, guys, look at this. They're sitting right here at this moment at $21.78, so more or less right here. And as you can see, I spoke about a spike here. So that was actually, my apologies, yesterday. They had a spike all the way to $24. So I did sell some shares there as I knew that this was a big resistance level. As you can see here, there are a lot of people caught up and they're actually imprisoned here, if we can say that. And they're looking to actually even take small profits or just get out of this stock, right? Because they don't believe in it or in the fundamentals, or they've been waiting way too long since this crash occurred, as you can see. Now, I did buy again today, right? Because I did sell at $24 and I rebought here at low $21 range. So this is really great. And I'm looking forward for this to go to its support level at $20.75 right here, guys, okay? So I think this will be the first level, and that's my first buying trigger again to reposition myself with some shares. My second one, which would be more ideal because of the moving average, as you can see, is sitting right there, is at $19, okay? $19 is definitely a great price for me to buy in and starting to build a sufficient position that I'm comfortable with. Obviously, I'm not going to go full in as of yet in this section, but definitely enough shares so I can actually look for some good profits if it does hype up. Because don't forget, the hype up of meme stocks can come at any time, especially with the float that is being shorted in this stock. So I definitely do not want to miss the boat on that one. Now, the third and very ideal, and that's the best entry, is right here at $17 and slightly below at $16. Like I said, I did buy a lot of shares right here when it actually dipped, and I actually swing it all the way up, sold. At the end of the day, guys, you're an investor. Your main mission is to make profits. Now, that's my short-term vision. So for short traders, I think this is a great one. There's been volatility here and there is momentum for sure. For long-term investors like myself as well, I did keep shares on a different account, where this one I'm gonna write it up all the way to the $27. That is my price target. And there's a huge resistance level, as you can see. It's been selling out at more than 4 times in the past, and aggressively, as you can see, it's been dumped completely all the way down to the $14 first time, second time all the way again to the $15 range. So I will definitely take a lot of profits once it hits $27, but I will leave some shares for the very long term because I do believe sincerely that Tattooed Chef will do very great in the future. But that doesn't prevent me from taking profits as a short-term trader, as I like to rinse and repeat, guys, okay? That's the way it works in the market, okay? You go up and you go down, up and down, okay? So you need, if you like to take profits, if you like to be a short trader again, there's nothing against that. If you want to keep some stocks for the long term, that's great too. That all depends on you and the homework that you do. I'm just sharing with you today what kind of style that I have, and it's been working very well so far. And when we look at the measurements here at RSI, Stochastic, and MACD, then this is great. It's not overbought or it's oversold. It's actually quite in the sweet spot middle ground. So I think there's definitely an upside potential here. But as well, there's a risk for this to go lower, and definitely it can go either way at this point. So I'm hoping for some consolidation strong here at 20. If 20 holds, that is a great sign, guys, because it will bounce back and test the $23 again, and hopefully to retest the next level at $25. Again, guys, taking profit is never a bad idea. Leaving some shares behind, it's good too. It's a great strategy. That's one that I use personally. And if it ever dips in the next levels, like I said, of support, well, that's just a great buying opportunity in my mindset, because this company is on a great trajectory in front of them. So listen, those are my thoughts. This is a buy rating for me personally, and those are my personal thoughts. But I'd love to know what you think. Are you in line with my comments? Do you think this is a buy? Do you think this is a long-term investment for you as well? And let me know in the comments below if there's any other company you'd like me to cover. It would be my pleasure. Guys, the only thing I'll ask you in return is to smash that like button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell and subscribe, as this tremendously helps me out and takes a lot of time, and this will motivate me to keep going and making videos. So thank you so much, guys, for supporting, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.